Hello, my name is Olga. I'm a personal trainer and fat loss coach, and this is a series of videos of workouts for people who work from home, sedentary and quite busy people. This series of workout is free. However, if you feel in position, please donate via button below. Today, our focus is spine. We start with dynamic warm-up, strengthening and stretching the muscles that are responsible for the health of our back. And we start with dynamic warm-ups. Easy twists. So you rotate your shoulders without any tension. Try to let go of any tension. You may even lift one heel and then other heel. And you may even add a stretch in your lats by reaching out with one of the arms. That should feel quite good. Now, rolling your shoulders, front, up and back and down. Front, up, back and down. As your shoulders are rolling back and down, feel how your shoulder blades are meeting each other and traveling down towards your spine. Remember this feeling. We're going to use it a lot during today's workout for optimal alignment of our joints. We're going to focus a lot on the good technique today. It's super important to keep our exercise both safe and effective. And maybe use both arms now. Big circles. As you open arms, feel stretch in your chest, in the front of your shoulders. And breathe. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. Now, hands on hips, feet under hips and knees are soft. Let's start activating our muscles, back muscles. Small deadlifts. You push hips back, lean forward, keeping chest up, and then on the way up, you push heels into the floor, squeeze your glutes, and rise up, squeezing glutes, feeling how your hamstrings and glutes are lifting you up. So pushing hips back, feeling stretching hamstrings on the way down, and rising up. Notice my spine is in nice straight position. It's called neutral position because there is a little bit of a curve in our lower back, the natural one, and the rest of the spine is aligned. Chin is in. So as you go down, eyes are down. Stop looking at the camera, at the screen. Look down at the floor so that your neck is not moving. Your neck is long. Pushing hips back a lot, feeling stretching hamstrings, rising up. Now notice how your back muscles activate. Keep rolling your shoulder blades back down and in, and squeezing shoulder blades together as you go down. Your upper back is very stable here. It's your muscle stabilizer. Now, add glute squeeze as you rise and push your heels into the floor. Feel how you lift yourself with these muscles. 2 more times. Pushing hips back. Keep breathing. Are you breathing? Last one. Start squeezing glutes from the very bottom. And at the top, you maximize squeeze. Hop. Good. Shake out. Now let's release our back muscles into forward fold. We're rolling down gradually, starting with head. So vertebrae by vertebrae, dropping shoulders, rolling spine, going down, bending knees. Can you touch the floor? You can bend your knees. Dropping down, bend your knees as much as you need to bring your belly to your thighs. Your head is heavy. Your shoulders are relaxed, your arms are relaxed. You can hold opposite elbow with opposite hand and go into a bit of pendulum. hanging from your hips. Again, relax your neck as much as you can. Head is heavy, and this stretches your neck and your upper back. And then rolling up slowly. By this time your hamstrings are stretched, your lower back is stretched. You already have good release. Keep your shoulders relaxed, heavy. Your head comes last. Vertebrae over vertebrae. Good. And to finish our warm-up, we'll do a little bit of partial squats. So your feet just outside hip width, your toes are out, hands on hips, or you can hold them here in the front of your chest. You initiate movement with pushing hips back, your chest is lifted, going halfway down and rising up. Halfway down and rising up. And it's not about lowering your legs too much, it's more about slow movement, feeling pressure in your quads, hamstrings, glutes. Sit a little bit lower if you want, if your lower back allows. And breathing. So it's a slow movement. Feeling tension in legs. Maybe you will feel it in lower back a little bit. If you feel any discomfort in lower back, skip the exercise. Because it's important to strengthen our lower back doing exercises that lower your lower back. But if you have already injuries, be really careful. See what you can do. See what feels good. And one more time. And rising up. Let's get down on your knees into cat and cow pose. So we start with neutral spine, hands under shoulders. We're not arching or rounding our back. Knees under hips. And then we're lifting spine up. And then bringing belly down, chest lifts, pressing through the hands. Maybe lift your chin a little bit. And then again, lifting spine up, rounding your back, scooping your belly. And bringing belly down, lifting chest up, breathing in. Maybe lift your chin a little higher, careful with the neck. And then breathing out. And now, feel what your spine wants to do. Maybe you want to pull it from side to side. Maybe you want to do some circles. But again, really carefully, listening to your body and breathing. Maybe just continue with cat and cow, rounding back and then extending. Or maybe circling. And into child's pose. So knees go slightly out, toes together, arms forward, hips back. So try to reach your fingers forward and hips towards your heels. And relax. Feel how sides of your body is stretching as well. You can bring your head to the side to relax a little bit more. And the first exercise to strengthen our back muscles will be pointers. Wish me luck. So we will extend opposite arm and opposite leg. Squeeze glute and come back down. And then change sides. Lift. Straight arm, straight leg, squeeze glute and down. It doesn't matter if your toes are pointing or not. What we want is keeping our hips square and our shoulders square as we do it. And notice how much your core muscles have to activate. What are core muscles? They're all around our stomach, our back, including shoulders and glutes. Squeezing glute and down. Squeezing glute. Eyes are looking down so that neck is aligned. We're doing around 8 times, 4 times each side, maybe a little bit more. And relax into child's pose again. We'll do it again. This time, we'll hold at the top for a little bit longer. So listen to my instructions, to my counting. You don't have to look at the screen. So lifting opposite arm, opposite leg, lifting up and holding. 1, 2, 3, and down. Other side, lifting up, holding. 1, 2, 3, and down. Do you remember in the beginning of the class we talked about keeping our shoulder blades down and in? So continue doing this and think about rolling shoulder blades back and down towards lower back. Remember, keeping spine neutral. Avoid arching or extending lower back. And breathe. Breathing. Okay, now we're going to hold for 3 counts at the top. So lifting opposite arm, opposite leg and holding. 1, 2, 3 and down. Other side. 1, 2, 3 and down. 2 more. Up. 1, 2, 3 and down. Last one. 1, 2, 3 and down. And child's pose again. A little bit of recovery. So we want to strengthen our back muscles. However, if you already have some problems with lower back, be really careful with every exercise. If it doesn't feel good, skip it. Also, a small reminder, as in the beginning of the class, whatever we do, we want to roll our shoulder blades back down and in. So when you hold this position on all fours, or when you will do plank later, you always want to keep shoulder blades in this position. So back, down and in. And then never rounding back or lifting shoulders up. Shoulder blades back, down and in. And see the distance between my ears and my shoulders. It increases. Keep the same. 1 more set. So lifting opposite arm, opposite shoulder. 1, 2, 3 and down. Not shoulder, leg. Lifting up. 1, 2, 3 and down. Remember, keeping hips and shoulders square. 1 parallel to the floor and down. And 1 more side. 1, 2, 3 and down. Child's pose for a moment. Breathing in, breathing out, feeling a little bit of stretch. And we continue working our back muscles. Now lying down on the belly. Arms wide. Eyes down. Heels can be together or not. See how it's better for you. But the most important is to squeeze glutes, because we're going to lift our back up and down. And again, think about your shoulder blades. Pull them back, down and in. Feel how it becomes harder actually when you do this. How your upper back activates more. So lifting chest up, squeezing glutes. When you squeeze glutes, your lower back is safer. Around 6 times. And now you lift your chest, hold, and try to lift your arms a little bit more by squeezing shoulder blades. Again, we don't want lifting our shoulders like that. We want first pull our shoulder blades back, and then from there we're lifting. So that your arms will be not straight at 90 degrees. They will be naturally a little bit at an angle, because your shoulder blades will dictate that. Let's do that 4 times. Up and lift your arms and release. So we're just lifting back, and then we're engaging upper back a little bit more, squeezing shoulder blades together and down. Wow, that starts burning. Lifting up, lifting hands a little bit more and down. 1 more. It's back of your shoulders, it's your upper back, it's your lower back and your glutes. Wow. Release. And into child's pose. Good job. That's more intense than yesterday. Rolling up through the spine, lifting spine up to the ceiling, stretching your back, and coming back into child's pose. Good. Another important thing to do for the strength of our lower back is to have a strong core, because core muscles support our lower back. So we'll do C crunch today to work your abdominals. What is C crunch? That's when we're bringing both lower and upper abdominals into work. So lifting up, shoulders and hips together. Tailbone lifts, shoulders lift. Slow movement, controlled movement. So see if you can lift your tailbone or not. Again, really careful with lower back here. If your lower back doesn't feel good, you can do only upper back crunch. And remember from previous workouts, we don't want to go high and use momentum, we want strength. We want slow controlled movement. We want constant pressure here, we don't want anything else. If you can lift your tailbone, that's perfect. So this is why it's called C crunch, because we draw a C shape with our body. How is your breath going? Breathing out, breathing in on the way down. Breathing out and breathing in. 2 more times. Now your belly should be burning. Hope so. And last one. And release. Now bring your knees to the chest. And we'll do a little bit stretch to recover. Dropping knees to one side. Bringing head to the other side. If there is better stretch for your lower back, send it to me in the comments. I don't know any better stretch for lower back. And then bring knees to the chest and other side. Up. Head to the other side. Try to keep your shoulders on the floor. But that's fine. Sometimes we need to lift shoulder up to bring knees down. Try to find the compromise position for this. The task is to find the most relaxing position where you can literally melt into the floor. And coming back to the center. A bit of hip bridges. We're going here for quality versus quantity. So maximizing glute squeeze, heels close to the butt, hips lift, butt squeezes, and you feel engagement of your lower back, upper back, glutes, hamstrings. Driving heels into the floor, coming down. So this is one. You see, we're going slowly and really thoughtfully and mindfully. 3 more times, lifting up, squeezing glutes. We're going to hold it there. Maximize squeeze, lifting chest maybe towards chin. See again how your lower back is doing here. Sometimes it's even okay to lift a little bit, because the most important is the glute squeeze. It's not the range. 1 more time. Squeezing as much as you can. And release. And now we're going to do 16 pulses at the top. Pulse is a small range movement at the top. So we are squeezing the glutes and now go release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 6 more. Squeeze every time, maximum. Heels into floor, 2 more. And release. Nice. Knees to chest. Roll from side to side, massaging lower back. And we're coming back to your belly. This time, hands by shoulders, elbows facing back. And you roll your shoulder blades back down and in as usual. So your shoulders are away from your ears. And now we're going to lift chest up and maybe give a little bit support from your hands. Don't go too high yet. And coming down. So we are exploring how high you can go without over pushing it. So see how much you can use your back muscles and without using your hands and arm strength first, and then you can add pressure into the floor, lifting a little bit higher. And then if your lower back allows, if flexibility allows, you can lift all the way up into up dog position. Lifting chest up, squeezing glutes. Again, watch your shoulders, shoulder blades. Pull your shoulder blades back down and in. Your arms are strong, your shoulders are away from your ears, your butt is squeezing. That's the biggest safety point. And then we're landing down, slowly maintaining strength in your upper back. Every movement is thoughtful and every movement counts. Excellent. Hips back. Now rising up, a bit of chest stretch. We want to stretch our chest muscles for back health. And we want to work our upper back muscles for that nice posture. We worked our upper back already doing this. We worked our lower back and glutes. Now, one standing exercise. You need a chair. Everybody has a chair, right? It's a single leg work. You can hold chair in front or with one hand at the side. We're going to do single leg squat. You lift one leg behind. You squeeze this glute. Now you're going to push your bottom heel into the floor. Bend knee, standing knee, push hips back. Your upper body is leaning forward and then you drive through the heel to lift yourself up. You will feel it in hamstrings and glute of standing leg. Leaning forward, nose over toes, middle of the chest over knee and rising up. So pushing hips back. Yeah, exploring. Maybe you can go a little bit deeper. We're doing 4 times. And now change leg. Squeezing glute, lifting chest, bracing arms. You don't have to lift high, no. And this time we're working hamstring and glute of standing leg. Here. 1, 2. So the task is to bring your body weight onto your bottom heel as much as you can. So rather than going forward, we're going back. It's technically a complex movement, but it works your glutes a lot and works your muscle stabilizers. You can even try it without hands, without holding the chair if you want. Shake out. And now let's do one more round. This time we're doing 8. So if you didn't feel burning the previous time, this time you will feel it. So weight on your standing heel and then on the way up you push the standing heel into the floor. Slow movement, controlled. 2, 3, 4. Keep squeezing this glute. 5. Keep doing this, I'll explain more. 6. So you push your standing heel into the floor to work this part, this movement. Probably that's one more time. And driving into the floor, shaking out. A little bit like ballet dancing. Ballet. Lift leg. 8. Your core is activated. 2. What is that activated core? Imagine someone is going to punch you into the belly. So you need to tighten it up. 3, and this is 4. Maybe sit a little bit deeper. 5, feel it here as your eyes drive heel into the floor. Squeeze it. 6, 7, and last one, 8. Check out, let me know how it went. This is quite technically intense thing to do. Now, landing down, practicing forward fold, walk your sit bones behind, and release. A bit of relaxation here. You should feel stretch in your hamstrings, your lower back, relaxation in shoulders, neck, upper back. Again, you can always keep your knees bent, but do walk your sit bones back and do tilt your pelvis. And the last exercise is both stretching and strengthening. So we're going to lie down with arms wide, knees over hips, and we drop knees to the one side, and then come back to the center, and then to the other side, and come back to the center. So when your knees drop to one side, your lower back stretches, and your obliques have to activate to lift your knees back up. We're doing 8 times. That's 4. Slowly again, slow and controlled. Quality versus quantity. Really listen to your body. Again, if you already have problems with lower back, see if it goes well or not. Be really careful with your range of movement. If you can afford going lower, of course go lower. You will activate your obliques more. And release. Now extend both legs, extend arms and stretch your whole body. So try to push heels to one side of the room and fingers to other side. And another nice stretch for your lower back is bringing knee to your chest. Pulling it. Try not to lift your tailbone up. Keep your spine neutral. And another side. So keep your hips stable. Breathe. Bring your knee to chest again. And then go across. This time we're going to stretch, stay in the stretch for longer. You can help and bring your opposite arm to opposite knee and bring it down closer to the floor. Turn your head, relax, relax. Relax everything, relax completely. Imagine you're melting into the floor. So feel stretch in your lower back, in your hip. Maybe in your chest, it's really individual. In this pose, everybody will feel something different. Can you relax your shoulders more? And the other side. First, come back to the center. Feel your spine is neutral again. Then change legs carefully, gently. Drop to other side. Arms wide. One arm goes wide, head goes wide. Other arm can support, can hold your legs so that your hips can relax a little bit more. Try to relax everything that you can. And listen to your breath. I'm coming back to center, both knees to chest, rolling side to side to massage your lower back. And then carefully rising up in any way you want. So you can roll a little bit and sit up, or you can bring your knees to the side and help with hands to rock up. Now, if you can sit with crossing your legs at the floor, that's great. If not, you can put something like a towel or roll and sit on that to afford yourself sitting with neutral spine. And we'll do a bit of twists, gentle twists. Stay in every twist as long as you want. But first, before you twist, you lift your chest, crown of the head goes up to the ceiling, your spine lengthens, and then we rotate. You use your hand as a lever to rotate a little bit more, and you turn your head as well and look behind your shoulder. Maybe a few more times, maybe do it dynamically, your own tempo. Maybe you want to stay in every twist for a little bit longer. Feel what's good for you. And then folding forward, dropping hand. Rising up. I'll show you what I mean by sitting a little bit higher. So I'm using block, you can use a towel. We want to do the same for other side. So now you change leg position and do a few twists. So sitting a little bit higher allows us to position our pelvis in the best way. Sometimes tightness in hips do not let us do so. And then folding forward. I'll do it without my block. I prefer this way. Feel how your hips relax, how your head drops, your shoulders relax. Breathe. Heavy head. Feels really good. And rolling up. And I'll finish, as usual, with a lifestyle tip. So when you work from home and sit a lot, make sure you sit in the right way and have a good posture. And to have a good posture, first we want our knees to be lower than our hips. Because again, this influences the position of our pelvis, and this influences the position of our lower back and upper back. So if we want to keep our chest elevated, collarbones spread, lower back in good position, our knees should be lower than hips. If your chair is too high, like here for example, my knees are a little bit higher than hips probably. You can sit on a soft pillow, you can sit on the edge of the chair, and you need just to be mindful about always keeping the crown of your head up as you work, because this position is not very good for the spine. Chest is lifted, shoulders spread. Really being mindful of not lifting your shoulders and not hunching forward, and not to creating tension in your trapezius, because stress may cause it, or sometimes just absence of mindfulness may cause it. So always think about spreading shoulders, chest a little bit elevated, and knees below hips, so that spine is neutral. So I hope you find this useful and you enjoy the workout. Any comments, super welcome. I'm going to film the videos based on your feedback. Thank you very much for joining me. Have a great day.